Hello and welcome everyone. Paper Mario and the Origami King is soon to be released on July 17th. But what actually do we know about this folding game? You know, you're in luck because we're gonna find out. Let's start. First off, the plot. What actually is the plot of this game? Well, as most Mario games, we as Mario and Luigi are invited towards Princess Peach, her castle, since she is having an origami festival. Once we finally reached the castle, we found out Peach was transformed into origami. We didn't find this trace, but later on we find out that the whole Mushroom Kingdom is transformed into origami. The guy who did this is King Ali, an origami master. You wouldn't believe it. Even most of Bowser's army is turned into enemies in origami. Even Bowser himself is a little bit folded in origami. So, together with King Ali, his sister Olivia, and a half-folded Bowser, we are here to save the day. Secondly, this journey will be an amazing open world game. Now, this is what I believe the first staple in the Paper Mario series, that being of an open world game. It will skip the chapter, it will skip the linear style that is Paper Mario, and focus on more traditional RPG aspects as an open world. In an interview with Masahiko Nayaga, he said that skipping the chapter would be very important for the natural flow of game and the natural flow of the whole series. He also tells us that Mario will traverse these lands with a more specific and unique transportation. While now we can traverse this open world game, we can explore a lot of secrets. One of the secrets you just saw in the gameplay was the confetti, where we just sprinkle the confetti to fill up the hills like we had in Color Splash, where we fill in the dark places with colors. So I guess that will be the same mechanic. Now, Mario has a very unique skill in this game, where we can see particularly a very important skill that he will be able to traverse his way around the open world, but also tear down places and reach places he couldn't reach before. This is the 1,000-folded arm. This new skill let Mario interact with the landscape and solve more puzzles. For now, this is the only skill and ability that is released, and we have to play the game to find out what more skills we have and what more abilities we can expect from this game. The combat system, as you saw a bit before, it was a circle round battle system now. This circle can be manipulated to have multiple enemies scattered around and close enough for Mario to hit him. In the previous trailers we saw he can jump in a row, and if he has a hammer he can strike 4 at a time. So that are two of his unique abilities and a staple of the Paper Mario series, or the Mario RPG series, that he has and still has. Of course, I'm really curious what else they can do with this battle system. For instance, you can have those attacks, but you can also have attack where you attack in front and behind of you. It's just such a developed and big part of this game. But you have to be quick on your feet because you can only manipulate the circle for such an amount of time. So you better be quick and have a keen eye. As we saw for regular enemies, we saw it was just a circle, but for bosses it can be a bit different because they will be the middle point. We will just have to reach through the circle to give them a blow in time to defeat the boss. Of course, Mario wouldn't be able to complete this journey all by himself. Just like in the previous games, he will have companions. The only difference about this game is we cannot switch them out at any time. These companions will stick with story moments for you and then just leave in the middle of a story or come back in the middle of a story, so that makes for an interesting gameplay. So you're forced to play with characters that you actually never played with, so that's a bit of interesting to me. Another rumored thing that is gonna happen is that we can have another companion in the form of Bomb Bomb Mac. and Professor Toad. Now, speaking of toads, of course they are folded into origami pieces. And you know what it is? Just like in the sticker game, we are able to find the toads hidden throughout the open world. This is one of the most collectibles we will have to encounter in this game, if not all the collectibles besides the confetti we just saw earlier and I mentioned earlier. When you are going to have to find all these toads, it's going to be a bit tricky because they are just folded up like everything else. In a way, it can be a bug on a tree, it can be a flat surface, it can be anything. Now these toads will unlock secret areas in Toad Town or shop. So to recap, there's a lot of new stuff and new mechanics in this Paper Mario, the Origami King. So we found out what the story was, how to battle, and what we can do in the open world. Please don't forget, Paper Mario and the Origami King is set to be released on the 17th of July for Nintendo Switch only. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and hitting that bell notification to stay updated on everything I do. Thank you guys for watching.